So we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube and Facebook. Nice.
Looks
Okay. We are doing this live stream here with Joseph and me and you guys because we are looking for bright brains out there with good ideas. As you guys know, we have a development team here in Vienna. We are, I think, now 15 full-time developers, 3D designers and all that. And we are looking for ideas to create products. Joseph, what about this one, for example? Just so you guys know what's kind of like the thought process before we make a product.
Okay, so this is a holster for pretty much any pistol because, as you know,
I think you have to show it here, like on the
you
screen.
can also show it here. We cannot touch anything we have on the table because YouTube policy and all that. So this is a holster, we can touch this. And the idea behind this is that when you put stuff on your secondary, you usually cannot put it in a regular holster. So how do we go around that? We make something that works with anything. It's super universal. And that's what we are about, right? Solving issues. We solved this one, and now we need to know more what's next, what's bothering you guys. And that's why we are having this live stream. It's basically a conversation between us and you, and we want to hear your opinion. So we have, how many people we have here following? It's me. I'm gonna be reading the comments. We have Daniel here, we have Birk here, and they will be looking for your input. So if you have an idea, if you have a problem in airsoft, write it down and the guys will pick it up and we can discuss it and perhaps make it.
And it can be anything really. It can be a full-blown airsoft replica, it can be an accessory, it can be safety, textile. Really, I think now with the development capacities that we have, anything can be made. Yeah, we literally have all the factory contacts, all the development power, whatever you guys want, we can create it. But yeah, now we need your ideas. I'm gonna help Birk real quick to get access to the comments.
First idea right now is AUG A1 and HK417.
HK417.
And AUG A1.
AUG A1. Okay. Full-blown replicas. Should I talk about it or not? More like we are more interested in what problems you have, not really like, hey, I want this replica or I want that replica. That's not really what we are trying to do here. We are trying to do things like this, which are not on the market yet and will solve a lot of nightmares. This one is for holstering any pistol with any attachments, any kind of suppressor, any kind of red dot, light, anything, because basically it just, you just put it here and it just works with anything. And not just pistols. This is not just for pistols. It can be for anything, right? But that comes in the future. So we are really interested in these type of things, like knowing what is bothering you, what you cannot solve. Like, great example is P90 magazines. Chris, P90 magazines. Like, that's a terrible thing, right? Like, it's so long.
Yes.
You cannot really put it anywhere. It's just...
We did actually create a P90 mag pouch recently, a textile. So, you know, we solved this issue because, man, P90 magazines, when you draw them, it's like drawing a sword. It's like, you need two hands to take it out.
Exactly. And like having them, for example, here, it basically goes like halfway through your body and you cannot really bend or anything. Having them, you know, like this, obviously they are too long. It just doesn't work. So
I was actually thinking about creating a P90 magazine that's only half the length of the gun, and there's an insert. Yes, there's an insert behind it.
That would like completely destroy the purpose of the original idea.
But in airsoft you don't need that long of a mag, right?
In airsoft, of course, you don't. But, I mean, yeah, it's a good idea. It's definitely a different approach to the issue.
Okay, Birk, bring it on. Which ideas do we have?
Mainly cheaper and good guns for beginners.
Cheap, good guns for beginners. So basically, I think that actually exists. Like what we're looking for is more like gaps in the market, because good beginner guns, I think this market has been filled. Like there's very good, very decent $150 plastic AR-15s. Do you
for
agree?
Example. Yes, depends what you're looking for. Like if you are looking for something that you can start with and try airsoft and see if it's for you, definitely there is plenty. There is plenty. You can these days I think it doesn't matter that much what you buy as long as it's relatively cheap because they all are kind of the same. Some have a little bit better build quality, some less, but in the end it doesn't really matter because these replicas, upgrading them is not really worth it. You need something more higher end. So what I would do, I would get something very cheap. I would try it 10 times, 15 times. I would play airsoft with it. And then if I like it, I would buy something like higher end. And then I would start upgrading and do that.
Exactly.
Once I know that I want to play airsoft. So yeah, this is...
One is asking for a stock for the SSP1.
Stock for SSP1?
Stock for SSP1.
Like
well, we did create it for the
SSP
18 and also for another pistol that we're developing right now. It is a non-blowback pistol, but that's music of the future. I think it's going to be done in about a year from now. But we will have at some point a non-blowback pistol with a foldable stock like this. It's going to be really cool. But again, it's a year plus from now. For SSP1, it's a bit tricky to attach it to an SSP1 because you have the beaver tail that's moving and it's not easy. It's not easy.
A gas sniper with PCS bolt would be nice. Gas sniper?
What's a PCS bolt?
I don't know what's PCS. Maybe HPA? Does it mean HPA?
Oh,
I don't know. It's a full-blown replica. We have enough of those.
System for HPA system. Because you always just put it in the backpack and then play maybe a safer solution.
We actually have this on the list already. It's it's on the textile development team list. A pouch that's dedicated for certain sizes of tanks. Because right now you put it into these small backpacks, these like kangaroo style, or they also have the hydration backpacks. That's where they put those tanks inside, but it's not really, it's not really meant for this exact size, so we could optimize that.
But it kind of works. I mean,
it kind of works. It's just not that pretty. I think people want this very tidy, nice setup, like the bottle actually hanging there and look.
I think
cool.
I think all the HPA guys want to be like us, just battle belt and done. That kind of goes against.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
Maybe we should keep repeating because new people are joining and they don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just...
we are here to brainstorm which products we should make next because we are full of ideas, but we also want to hear your guys' ideas because in the end we make it for you guys, right? We make it for ourselves as well, to be fair, yeah? But we also make it for you guys. So let us know which airsoft products you want to see in the market. And Birk is checking the comments, so...
I have non-sound grenade. Why non-sound grenade?
Non-sound grenade.
So it's quiet grenade, like suppressed grenade?
I'm guessing flashbang.
Flashbang, perhaps?
Maybe flash. There is flashbangs out there. The problem with flashbangs is that if you make it efficient, it shouldn't be field legal anymore. So it's a bit of a conflict. What else do we have, Birk?
AEG DMRs that actually work.
I know there is a...
let's repeat that because we have the mic here.
Yes.
AEG
DMRs is what someone put into the comments. I think there's a couple of them out there. The problem is that they usually put a normal V2 gearbox into a bigger shell like an SO25. So you don't have more volume. It's hard to get it up to like 2.5 joules or 2 joules while still being, reliable. It's a bit of under volume, this long barrel. So there would be space for improvement. I mean, there is, of course, SO25 gearboxes which are a bit longer with a bit more volume. But these come generally from manufacturers that are more like low, mid-end. So we could make a high-end DMR with...
Spring pistol. Springer pistol.
Springer pistol. We had a meeting about a very cool looking... It's a bull... I would call it a bullpup. It's not really a bullpup pistol. But the air cylinder would be under the barrel. So if the pistol is this long, you have the barrel on top and the cylinder under it, and the piston actually goes against the shot direction.
So does it mean you have to pull and then push back?
No. You still. It's a very complicated system. They built something like this in Nerf. Actually, it's called the Sync. You guys can check it out. It's a 3D custom print pistol. but it's this long and it has the volume of a VS10, the cylinder. It's incredible.
Better gun grips. I didn't find the right one until now.
Gun
That's weird
grips
because there is enough gun grips on the market.
Gun grips.
Gun grips.
GBBR spec, like resale spec or
I
AG?
don't know.
Doesn't say. Birk, what else do we have?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about stuff we already have that people don't notice. Tracers for the pistols have been a lot of talk about.
Tracers for the pistol. There is tracers for the pistol, but maybe what they mean is a tracer that you can actually still put into the holster. And we are working on this. Yeah, if you guys see this replica over here, there is an amplifier in front, and we're gonna make an amplifier tracer combination. So you can still holster it. It's still this shape, and it's gonna have illumination on the PB. We're also gonna have the red LEDs towards the front, so it looks like there's actually fire coming out the pistol, and you can still holster it. So that's gonna be solved at some point.
Drum mag for SSR and SSP18.
SSR and SSP18.
Drum mag for SSP18 we're actually gonna have in the shop soon. It's not made by us. It is by WE. We made sure that it works in SSP18, so it's slightly adapted, and we're gonna have it. So that's solved. For an AR-15, I'm not sure if that's needed. Should we make something like this? I don't know. Because you can buy at this point 250 round mid-caps. Most fields don't even allow it, I think. Like a drum mag on an AR-15.
I mean, if you have a regular high cap, isn't that enough of BBs? How many fit in there? 300, 400?
There's
BBs?
even these magazines which they look from the side like a normal mag, but when you look at its profile, it actually goes like this.
Oh yeah, the bigger ones. Yeah. I think we don't really need like bigger AR-15 magazines.
Birk, what else do we have?
Yeah, there's something that's near and dear to me. Shotguns. A lot of people are talking
Shotguns. I've seen some comments about shotguns.
But shotgun, I mean, there's good shotguns on the market. Like when you look at the Marui M870 or the clone by Golden Eagle, I think they're okay. Also, Airsoft Innovations made a really cool one. Have you seen the flag?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it shoots well. Airsoft Innovation should be good. I haven't seen it personally.
Made in Canada, it's super expensive because it's made in Canada, I guess, and it's super innovative. I think it's gonna be good. Birk, did they mention which kind of shotgun, or
Nah.
not really? Just
Some
shotgun.
double barrels and then just shotguns.
Double barrel shotgun.
And then there's a lot of questions about SMGs.
I also see a lot of SMGs in the comments, just regular SMG suggestions.
SMGs also kind of
Like
makes sense in
MP7
airsoft.
style.
It kind of makes sense in airsoft. Like you don't need such a big mag in airsoft.
What about
You
an
want something lightweight.
AEP SSX 303? Isn't that an AEG?
With a small gearbox.
With a small, less powerful gearbox?
I did see people who asked for carbine kits for the AEP, but it's kind of like then you have a 0.5 joule full size gun. Like here, it kind of makes sense because you make out of a 1 joule pistol, you make a 2.5 joule DMR platform basically. But I don't know. An AP in a carbine kit, I don't really see it honestly. Like just take an MP5 or something.
9mm M4, of course.
9mm? I think there's also plenty. Like G&G makes one, Aris makes one, Classic Army makes one, ICS made one now. I think there's, if you want a 9mm AR, there's plenty of options in the market by now.
A couple of people have mentioned lever action snipers.
Lever action snipers.
Lever action sniper rifle. So the history behind, or what I understood is why sniper rifles have the bolt on the side is because a traditional sniper, like a in-war sniper, cannot reload while he's lying with a lever action. So this is why they started moving the bolt up and pulling it back like this.
And I see another issue with lever action bolt sniper rifles. Just like it's enough to pull the spring like this. Just imagine doing this.
Yeah, with your fingers like.
Gas, if it's gas.
If
yes.
it's
If it's
gas,
gas, I can imagine. But
yes. But if you want efficiency with gas, I think you also shouldn't reload like this. You should have like the beard long guns, where it's like a.
I see one interesting comment. either better lasers or a very basic rifle. Lasers, like generally speaking, like better lasers. I think that's kind of tricky with all the regulations.
I think the problem is no field allows a laser except missiles. And also, I mean, if you want a laser that burns out people's eyes, man, you can buy them around the corner or just order them on AliExpress. They're $20 and you can make anyone blind. So I think good. What's a good laser? A powerful laser, or what's the definition of a good laser?
I think a good laser is something that actually holds zero. You can rely on the dot that where you're aiming. It's there. It's not moving because usually the screws are very flimsy. If we are talking China stuff.
A lot about AUGs.
AUGs, yeah.
It is true that there's no good AUG in the market right now. There is the GHK, but that's gas blowback, so not everyone likes that. Yeah.
What about gas blowback, guys? I don't see anything. GBBR is there.
I'm converted.
So AUG, I do like the idea, especially because I used it at the military, and we give us some time. I think AUG could be coming at some point, maybe. Okay, next.
Maybe. Next a bit. What else do we have? AUG, SKS.
What's an SKS?
I've seen SKS. It's the Russian semi-automatic Mosin Nagant, kinda. SKS. Do you know?
No, I have to check it out. But if it's like a traditional wood.
It's traditional. Yeah. It's like Car 98, but semi.
Oh, actually,
I've seen it. I've seen it already a couple of times.
What about World War II guns in or like old school rifles, like a K98? I actually see one right there, K98.
Actually, I'm stupid. I keep looking here. I have it on the
Yeah,
screen.
a high performing old school rifle, like a bolt action, with iron sights on it. Would that?
Oh, like elephant pistol. Elephant rifle.
Elephant rifle, yes.
Elephant pistol.
Like a
just
Lian
imagine
field,
an
a
elephant
Lian,
pistol.
like a good performance Lian field or something like this. Maybe.
Actually.
Yeah.
Actually, a Springer, Lee Enfield or Mosin or.
I think that would be cool. Like
Yeah,
for the reenactors and in general, I think it's cool to have a wood.
But then
rifle.
it would be like, oh, why did you do the German version and not the Russian version, and why not the
That-
Lee
that-
Enfield,
that
and
is
why
an
not
issue,
the
yeah.
Czech whatever something?
Yeah.
We would have to make like 5 new rifles to make everybody happy.
So many comments coming in. What's the best one?
About World War II guns now.
Yeah.
Maybe M1 Garand as well, Car 98K, MP40.
They need to be gas blowback though.
They have to be.
Yeah.
It's cool.
M1 Garand in gas blowback.
It does exist though in gas blowback.
Yeah,
M1
really?
Garand.
Who makes it?
Maruzen. Okay, maybe it doesn't exist.
Maybe it doesn't
anymore.
exist anymore then.
Maybe it doesn't exist anymore.
I think Maruzen is. Man, I haven't seen anything from Maruzen in
They
a long
use
time.
8mm BBs.
Oh yeah.
They use
Yeah.
8mm.
Sure, I think I've seen one.
But it's been a long time since I've seen them on the
Yeah.
shop.
Okay, what about? Now we talk a lot about guns. What about you go to a field. What do you need? You need safety goggles. You need a mesh mask. You need gloves. You need a BDU. You need some kind of carrying system, a holster. Do you guys see any product in this category? Like for me, for example, yeah. And I'm gonna say it. We're working on it. Face and eye protection in airsoft is horrible. I think it's absolutely horrible. Like I know you don't use it, but if you use a mesh mask, like every sane person in airsoft, you strap it to your face and it's super uncomfortable. You have to bend it in shape and it's annoying. It's touching your face everywhere. It feels like a cage on your face. And then goggles are always fogging and I hate it. And I think it's one of the biggest issues in airsoft, and it is what turns people away from the sport actually. They try it and they say, I didn't see anything because it was fogging and it was super uncomfortable and I don't want to do this anymore.
Interesting idea. You should make a kit where you can build your own gun, but you have different parts and you can make your own unique, like this phone
Lego.
concept, like Lego. You
Oh.
put different things in it.
You mean like an AR-15?
No,
Which is the
really.
Lego of replicas.
Maybe it could be like a completely different boxy thing. On the other hand, why?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It's an interesting idea. We need more ideas like this. Like, just go crazy, guys. Like, give us an idea, your wildest dreams of what you want. Like, what?
And
would
it doesn't
be
need to
cool.
be. It doesn't need to replicate something that's in the real steel world. It can be literally
A Nerf gun.
not a Nerf gun, but it can be not based on anything real. It can be
Yeah.
Glasses connected to the mask.
glasses.
Glasses.
We're on it. We're on it, guys. We are gonna make a mask, face, and safety system that's gonna kill it. I think it's revolutionary. It's gonna be very cool. But more about it I would say it's done in 6 months from now.
Straight pull conversions for the SSG10.
Straight pull conversion.
Straight pull conversion for the SSG10.
Well, you can just leave the bolt handle up. That is a straight pull conversion.
But
So-
you can shoot it in that configuration.
No, you can. You can. The SSG10 has no. On the SSG96 and also the SSG10, we did not add the when the bolt is up that you cannot fire. You can just pull it back, bring it forward, pull the trigger.
Steve 501. This is it. We showed it at the beginning. Just an insert.
Make a dye mask that you can aim with.
We're on it, guys. We're on it. You don't have to worry anymore about the mask and goggle system.
It's
We got you. Give us a couple more months.
They're worried about the fog.
Huh?
They're worried about the fog. About fogging them.
There will be ventilation as well coming. It's gonna be the whole package. Like everything that's annoying about airsoft, the mask, that it's uncomfortable, that you fog, we're gonna solve all the issues. Or at least we try to, yeah. It looks promising so far. It looks promising. I think we're gonna make it. P90 gas blowback, I see. Exists already. Joseph has
No.
one.
Norwich killed. Apparently, since I made this story, a lot of people were actually amused and happy that I was wearing it. I mean, you cannot really buy kills easily. Just saying.
Killed.
Tactical kills.
Maybe, man, we have a textile
I
department.
think a kilt is such a niche thing. I don't know if we can.
Airsoft is niche. Come on.
Yeah, but it's a niche in a niche. That's even worse.
Maybe we can make it cool. Maybe we can sew pants in, and it just looks like a kilt.
Like those skirts that women have that are sewed together in the middle.
Yeah, terrible. Huh?
Terrible. Who started this? Come on. Bigger SSX33 Max. Also, we are on this already. I mentioned this in a gameplay a couple months ago, but we are on bigger magazines for SSX33. But also here we're talking about at least, I would say, a year until it's out.
People want these shirts.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Now you say you want them until you know how much they are. I think they're like, what, $40 or something?
Weird,
That's how much we pay for it.
weird flex, but okay.
Neck guard attachment for the face protection. I think neck. Do you need to guard a neck? I
Use
think,
a scarf.
but yeah, neck guard. Okay, we didn't think about a neck guard. Not even paintballers use neck guards, right?
Guido FTO. We need GBBs now.
I think I have to give a no on the neck guard. I feel like you need to be able to look around. As soon as you start guarding this, it's either hot or it's in the way.
You can just use a scarf or something like these.
Yeah, but the
Socks,
issue is
kinda.
hard with scarf is hot.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, if it's like a
Yeah.
sock.
if you don't want to get hit, I mean, playing airsoft is not the.
Sling type pistol holster for SSX23 with suppressor. What's a sling type pistol holster?
Sling type?
Sling type pistol holster.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Sling type. So it's either a sling or a holster. Is there something in between? Like maybe holster on a sling?
Yeah, maybe this one that the policemen have in the movies, this
The
mouth
tiny-
above the
Oh,
chest
like,
where the gun is in this holster. The over the
Ah, the
Maybe
shoulder.
that thing.
It's
like-
called. What is it called? Shoulder holster. Shoulder holster.
Armpit
it's in German.
holster
Yeah, exactly.
bodies. Also, yeah.
Ah, who uses an armpit holster?
in airsoft.
In a,
Ghillie guys. They kind of do this cross draw thing.
if they have a long. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Or use a double tap, and you don't have that insanely long draw.
What about a side mount that allows you to have perfect zero every time? So I guess that's like a tool, and you can zero rifles with it somehow.
A side mount?
Yeah, like What about a side mount that allows that allows to have perfect zero every time? I'm not sure if I understand, but
I have no idea what he's talking about. Maybe a magnetic holster for the SSP-18. The problem is the SSP-18 is not, there's not much steel in there. It's not very magnetic. I can tell you that. M249.
Maybe just for the hammer, you can just
Yeah.
like if it's
They're
powerful.
really
enough.
strong. Really strong. Reusable grenade. We've been working on a grenade as well. Man, grenades are really tricky. You know, I always hated all manufacturers for making grenades that you throw 5 times and then they break, which literally all of them are. And we're now on it, but we found a couple challenges. It's not easy. Making grenades is not easy. Like something that works, but you're throwing it across the field on concrete, it's not easy to make reliable. But we're on it.
Seems like we are lagging on Instagram, but
Yeah.
there is not much we can do about that, unfortunately.
Some people have the ballistic knives, rubber knives.
Rubber knives.
Well, we have rubber knives, right?
We have rubber knives, but we've also been thinking about making rubber knives that actually look cool. Like these, how they call it, the carbon fade thingies. You know that. How do you call it? That. Fuck, I don't play enough video games to know how these things are called. How do you call it?
What do you mean?
Cannon beat?
Yeah, carbon beat, exactly.
Oh,
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, we thought about this because a rubber knife could be something cool looking, like it's a.
Hop-up unit with a tracer inside, like LED.
I think it exists already. I think that exists already. I'm sure. I know it exists. I've seen it. Rubber katana.
We have one here.
We have one here actually. Yeah, they exist. Birk, did you find something else?
A lot about LMGs.
Yeah.
And they
It is true that there is these half-assed LMGs, like fuck, I shouldn't say brands, but Crytek made one. It's great, yeah, it's great, but it's not really an LMG. Like I think it shouldn't pass in a milsim for category LMG, and a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but I think if you want to be in the category LMG where you have more power and you can have more power and bigger mag capacity, I think it must be something like a 249 or an M60 or something like this.
Ear mesh protectors from Facebook comments.
Ear mesh protectors.
Yeah, like, so it's probably like a separate piece. It's not really integrated in the mask because that does exist, but maybe something more comfortable,
Yeah,
cooler.
I like the idea. Mesh protectors.
How about
The
There's just really a lot for HPA guns and
HPA.
adapters.
We're also making. The funny thing is, like a lot of stuff that I read, we already make. Like HPA adapters, we're on it. HPA capped adapters for SSP1 and SSP-T is gonna come at some point.
And I think we never told so many things at the same time, like what we are working on. We always try to keep everything secret, but this is like a sneak
the
peek.
thing is that so we keep a lot of stuff secret, but usually we only keep stuff secret where we have something similar already in the shop. Like when we make a new pistol, we don't talk about it there because we already have one. But if it's something that we don't have at all, like an HPA adapter, then we talk about it.
People want heavier BBs in tracers, like 4.6's tracer.
We actually have 3.2 tracers,
Not
which
enough.
I think
for-
a lot of people don't know about. 3.2 tracers bio are actually available.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty decent 3.2. So.
You can use them for like higher power guns, but still not good enough for sniper
It's not
rifles.
for sniping, yeah. But who snipes at night, anyways? That's just weird.
Gel blasters for Australia.
Gel blasters for Australians, I thought about a bit. I just hate to see the trend how it's getting. It got banned in South Australia, and now I'm afraid that we work on this for 2 years, and then when it's finished, they either allow airsoft in Australia, which makes gel ball nonsense then, or they ban gel ball altogether. So it's kind of like a bit too risky, honestly. It's a bit too risky to develop.
Magwell baseplate what was that? Magwell baseplate combination with a safety button.
Magwell what?
Magwell base like a
Is a button? I think what he's talking about. It's when guys lose magazines on pistols. They always wonder if they can have something at the bottom with a second release tab. Just use a proper holster, man. buy yourself a hardshell holster, and it's solved forever.
True. What else do we have?
Gas blowback rifles.
Yeah,
Or not.
in general.
A lot of gas blowback rifles.
Mm-hmm.
I on purpose don't want to say anything because it would sound like I'm picking that up. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, gas blowback. Which kind of like what?
SSR, AUG.
I don't know. Like as soon as it's an AR-15 with like big chunky heavy mags, I think it's not
it can be a 9mm AR-15
9mm GBBR.
Glock mags.
Yeah,
SMGs like MPs.
I can imagine it. Yeah.
I was already talking about it with Yen, but
Yeah, we can consider it. I think that's not. That could be cooler.
with consistent end pass.
Yes.
Of course, end pass is a must. What else? AK, GBB.
Shut
Hey,
up,
come
Jordan.
on, guys.
Pick. What else did you find?
RPGs.
So LMGs.
No, RPG.
Oh,
Like,
Actually, a few people ask for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I also saw it.
Why? An SSX 3 manual. Hey, there's a manual in there. And it leads you, there's a link on it, and it leads you to the Knowledge Academy, where Joseph talks about this thing for, I don't know, like 2 hours, what's important about it. So,
NVGs for the masses.
if that would exist, the army would have already done it, I think.
No, maybe it doesn't need to be like army standard
But
because
then,
they have ridiculous standards. Maybe there is a middle ground.
but then I think it doesn't do anything. I mean, I tried really good night visions, and even with them, it's hard to have an advantage. I think if you give people a shit night vision, it's better to just use your eyes
I mean,
or a flashlight.
or a flashlight. I think there is no real good way around NVGs. It has to be expensive to be good. Because it's just electronics. It's like a PC. If you want to build a gaming PC, it's gonna just cost a certain amount.
M249. I see a lot of LMGs actually. And I talked with Airsoft Alphonse in a podcast, and he also said, man, someone's gotta do it. Like, make a good LMG.
That takes Glock mags.
You know what I don't like about the idea of LMGs is that when we develop something, you know, our stuff is developed here in Austria, and we have quite some cost to develop something. Yeah, so it needs to come back in some way in order to run this company basically. And LMGs, how often do you see people with an LMG?
Maybe because there is no good LMGs. That's like the. No, I'm not gonna rant.
Maybe it's the chicken and egg problem. Maybe.
Yeah,
could be.
maybe.
So what happened to the full thrust?
Full thrust. Man, more info on the full thrust is gonna come soon. But we made an SSG-10 full thrust kit. It's actually going in production in a couple of weeks. It's so good. You shot it, Joseph, right?
Yeah, I shot it.
It shoots so nice. It's a completely new design chamber, full CNC. It's a stainless steel bull barrel. The way the barrel is fixed is revolutionary. The bucking in there is revolutionary. I think it's gonna change the sniping. Honestly, it shoots so well.
A musket which uses gas like RPG, and the next idea: bow and arrow with a tip that shoots BBs in multiple directions on impact, like a grenade.
So like
I've seen quite
That's
a few.
creative.
I've seen quite a few bow and arrow ideas, so that's why I'm mentioning it's not the first one.
That sounds.
Bow and arrow.
It sounds funny, but it sounds too niche for my taste.
A bit dangerous as well. Like the arrow itself just has a lot of mass, and if you hit somebody in the face.
Well, there is arrow. Do you know archery tag? How's it called?
Yeah, I know.
Arrow?
But they have like a huge
Yeah.
soft tip. It's cool, but you know, playing against AEG or airsoft rifles in general with the bow and arrow.
And airsoft is so efficient compared to
Yeah.
bow and arrow. SMG with a holster for snipers. It's right there. Here's your SMG with a holster for snipers.
Yes. I saw something. Cocking handle for the SSP-1. Like the IPSC style.
We make one already. Give us. We just started it, but I think in 4 months it's out.
More IPSC in stuff.
more IPSC. We are also working on an IPSC pistol actually, but also that's gonna take still a while. That's the thing. Like when you start a project, it actually takes more than a year to bring to the market. But yeah, we are on this as well, and we do think that IPSC deserves more attention in airsoft. It's really fun. It's really easy. You just set it up in your home and you do it, and you know it's not like the typical airsoft game where you prepare for 3 hours and then you have to drive somewhere and then you play for a couple hours, which it costs you a lot of time. IP is literally go into your garden, shoot, have fun, no hassle. I think it should grow, IPC.
FN
Yeah, so-
Scar AG. Is there a good Scar on the market? AG?
I think
Pretty heavy one.
Marui has the next gen. I think we have C-Mix one. I think there's a couple good ones, yeah.
G&G.
GG will mix one as well.
Mhm.
No, I think Scars, there's a lot of them on the market, and I think there's some really good ones as well.
Scope with rangefinder.
Scope is rangefinder. I know it sounds like a really good idea until you try it. It's tricky. So there is scopes who actually have the rangefinder in the scope itself, but I think these optics start at $1,000 plus. I think that's because they are usually real steel scopes, so maybe if you put it into a more low budget scope,
How much was the rangefinder that we are using? The one?
$60-70, I think.
Maybe if you combine the two somehow?
One company actually, you can even find, I think you can find it on AliExpress or something, but it's a tiny rangefinder. It's like the size of this holster here, and you mount it on top of the scope and you can zero it like a laser. The problem is it's not in the same line anymore, so maybe you point against a branch or a leaf or something. Maybe we should put it into the, we could just buy it and put it into the shop. You don't
What
store it out
about
there.
throwing knives that have a tracking chip so you can find them with your phone?
Just throw your phone, then you can call it.
And I have another phone. Tommy gun.
We shouldn't make everything that's in the comments, that's for sure.
Thompson.
Thompson, yeah, that boils down to old guns again.
Yeah, it's mostly shields. Man, shields.
Yeah.
Like sourcing, like thing.
Maybe a shield that's foldable in a way, because the shield that I brought to Airsoft Park Tirol, man, it needed the space of 3 people in the car. It's massive, it's like absolutely
And you
massive.
left it there.
And I left it there because it's so big. And I had
I
to.
want it back.
That's the next thing, you cannot ship it. We're an online shop. How are you gonna ship a shield?
Foldable. Make it 2-3 pieces.
Foldable, yeah.
With some locking mechanism. I actually built one. I built one from 5 pieces. You can put it on your back, and when you take it, it just unfolds down.
That's cool.
And then you can also walk
Hit it.
because it's like flapping. And you can also lock it.
Maybe that's not better.
Yeah. It's
Maybe,
just plastic pieces.
maybe a riot shield, yeah.
Riot shield. Is somebody taking notes?
The notes are right there. You can just scroll through them after this.
Okay.
Revolver is something that
Oh, yeah.
could be platform.
A revolver.
In the revolvers, yeah.
I also see AP with high FPS. We tried this. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. We did really put a lot of attention on the seal of our AP, and that's why you will see that it's compared to other APs on the market, it's a bit higher. Only 0.1 joule, but 0.1 joule on AP is a lot actually. Yeah, you would be surprised how hard it is to achieve. But it's, wow, you would have to design it from ground up. It's gonna be hard. Yeah. And it would be bigger. When Marui designed the AP, I think they went all out to make it as powerful as possible in a small package. And I'm not sure if much more can be done.
More conversion kits for pistols, I assume.
Like carbine conversions or Barrett.
Barrett.
I see a lot of Barretts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they are cool to look at. But how many people would they actually buy them to?
I also think so.
I mean, for sure there would be enough people running them around in the field, but
It just makes no sense, really.
it's cool.
Yeah, but we go towards, when you look at our products, we go towards efficiency more than anything else. Like, we don't try to make it unnecessarily big and heavy. It's more the other way around. We try to make it small and lightweight. When you look at this guy, for example, yeah. Small, lightweight, compact. What else do we have?
Victors that takes the Glock max.
Vector is tricky because
License.
someone's gonna sue us.
It's licensed. That's why the gas blowback variant is not being produced
Yeah.
anymore.
Crytek is really going tough on the people.
They are so proud of their design, even though it's complete garbage.
Hey, we don't bash other brands here, Joseph.
The real steel variant.
Oh, the real
The
steel.
real-
Okay,
I'm
the
talking
real steel
about-
you can bash. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
talking about real steel. Like, it's completely, unless it's full auto, okay? In full auto, it does make sense a little bit, but it's the opposite of bullpup.
But there is a lot of vector. I mean, Crytek made one, then A&K made one, and even Ares made one. There is quite some options when it comes to vectors, actually.
Asphalt.
I don't know what's on this one.
Do we know what's I don't know if that's the. Oh yeah, this one. It's the Vincores.
Oh,
this
yeah.
one.
Doesn't LCT make one?
Probably. I don't know.
I think LCT makes one. But LCT they have really good externals internally. It can be improved definitely. AUG A3, I see a lot of AUGs. I think we should make an AUG. Not an AUG.
There's really a lot.
GBBR
a lot
AUG.
MP7 and MP5.
MP5.
1022 takedown. It's a foldable 1022 Ruger. I was thinking about buying the real steel variant recently.
Show me. How does it look like?
It's like a 1022, but you can split it in the middle. 1022 takedown.
Is it this guy. Yeah. I was also thinking about making Caltech products. Like Caltech replicas. Like I know you're gonna say, oh, Caltech, blah, blah, whatever. I think they make cool they look cool at least. On paper, they look cool. Yeah, maybe they're not the most reliable. But there's like folding.
You actually answered your own questions. I'm glad. I'm happy.
There's like 22 rifles that you can fold in the middle. There's Caltech makes. I think they make. We could do the. Do you know that the new Caltech thing that takes a P90 magazine? Have you seen it?
What? P90 mag?
Yes, they made a gun that takes a P90 mag. Yeah.
But that's super expensive.
It's a pistol. It's a pistol that takes a P90. It's odd. When you see it, it's like, why would someone build something around this magazine? But they did it.
XM8. That's this thing.
Yeah.
XM8.
Heckler and
It
Koch.
never got adapted.
Heckler and Koch is tricky. Humorex.
Licenses.
Humorex.
Shotgun. AUG better have a drum mag. Drum mag for the man. It's in your armpit. How
Yes,
do you
yeah.
want to, like? I don't know.
Minigun. I think Classic Army nailed it actually with the microgun. It's affordable. It's pretty well done.
Modern AK. GBB. Magpul 1022. That's the Ruger with Magpul furniture.
G11.
G11. Is it also the HK?
Oh. Counter-Strike C4 bomb with BBs and timer. Making a ready-to-go bomb.
A C4.
Like a bomb. Like a suitcase with a bomb, which people could use to run games.
That exists actually. Skyway as of makes one. But I like the idea of a C4 actually. Just imagine, like the real C4, like you throw it somewhere and just go like. Damn,
You can just have a break. Like,
break.
and just like imagine. I don't know.
No, but really, I think people.
Isn't that a grenade then?
No, because you put it somewhere and you wait, and when someone goes by, you just.
Well, isn't that a claymore?
No, because a claymore
It's like
doesn't listen to
directional.
you. It's not listening to
No,
you.
you have the remote, right?
You can. It's both ways.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
you just
true.
place it somewhere and just wait. The bomb itself waits for the enemy, so you don't have to trigger
No,
it.
no, but there's remote ones as well.
There's a one as well. Sure.
There is also the jumping landmine. I've made a video with it actually, and it has a remote.
Jumping landmine.
Jumping landmine. Wow,
That kind of sounds scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
It jumped and then shot beams in all directions. You ever seen the video? Oh, you should watch Minority, man.
It's an old video.
It's an old video. Yeah. It's good. It's really cool.
Jumping.
MCX GBB. There is some GBBR stuff, yeah.
Longer high kappa max.
G36.
Long high cap max, we're on it. We're on it. we already make it.
EBR DMR. That's a. I mean, I will admit EBR is cool.
The M14 thing, you mean?
Yeah, the modern. It's super heavy. It's so heavy.
Super heavy. I don't know if you can even make it light. There's just so much crap on it.
Another Vintores, VSS Vintores as well. It's cool.
Not what people want the Desert Eagle.
Marui.
Marui makes one.
Full auto SSP1 kit.
You're actually laughing. We have a full auto SSP1 in the office actually. We built one. I'm just not sure if it's like you have the SSP18. If you want a full auto pistol, we did prototype one because we wanted to check out if it's possible that it's a switchable semi to full auto and it works. Yeah, maybe we'll make it. Let's see.
Various muzzle adapters such as silencers, flash hiders, suppressors for anything like. I guess people just want variety because that's what you put in the front, and it's like you want it to be special. Because there is very little you can customize on the rifle itself, but you can easily exchange a muzzle device.
Yeah.
And if it has a lot of spikes, it's cool. Plus 50
Like the cookie
FPS.
cutter.
Yeah, cookie cutter.
The cookie cutter.
Man, that's such a interesting thing, but it never looks good if your barrel is sticking out. Cookie cutter. Google it. It's cool.
Metal SSG-10 mags. What? Why?
First of all, they will be super expensive
And
because
heavy.
it's metal. Heavier, unless it's like CNC aluminium or bent sheet metal. If it's just like bent, but then there is no way it can
Nah.
work. There's no
Okay,
way.
we're not gonna do it. Sorry.
Gas blowback rifles without cooldown.
HPA.
Like a Tipman.
HP.
Tipman made it. HPA bullpup. No, not bullpup. HPA and recoil.
Magpul FPG kit for the SSP-18. It's like the foldable
I
suitcase thing.
saw the FPG again on I think Red Wolf. I think they make it again.
You played with it,
TWA.
right? With the
Yeah, but when I played with it, they discontinued it, I think. But now they make it again. I think on Red
Oh.
Wolf you could find it. I feel like it's a bit niche.
MP5K. There's a lot of people and snipers that like MP5Ks.
Maybe 5K, yeah. I think it's the smallest package where you can have a V. It's a V2, right?
It's
a
V2,
in there.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is very little space for battery. But these days, lipos can be tiny.
No,
If it's like 1 joule,
you can fit a stick on top of it. No.
yeah.
Birk, what else can you find?
A lot of stuff. One wanted an A1 Abrams.
A tank, okay, which shoots like a ball like this big.
There was
Lever
a
action
couple
sniper
of
rifle again.
howitzers too. Yeah.
Did we have any? Okay, what about? Okay, now let's stop guns. And I shouldn't say this word. Let's stop replicas. YouTube. Let's talk about other stuff in airsoft, like carrying systems, pouches, maybe power systems for replicas.
I had a lot of plate carrier questions.
Yeah, plate carrier we on.
It's coming.
We make a very cool plate carrier. If not the, I think it's the. Well, I don't want to tap on my own shoulder, but I think it's the coolest plate carrier in airsoft.
It is the coolest in terms of temperature,
Yes.
for sure.
That's for sure.
Maybe even in terms of looks, but that's
It's
not up to us to
very
judge.
cool, I think, yeah. But yeah, guys, give us ideas for suppressors, muzzle devices, optic. For example, the low power variable that we created, the 1 to 4 times. I think that was actually a gap in the market, like a good low power variable for this price.
Which can take AK 308 real steel,
Yes.
because we tested it and it works. It works
Yeah.
just fine.
So stuff like this, it's not just about replicas. If you want to play airsoft, you need much more. You need batteries, you need optics, you need shoes, you need, that's actually shoes. I saw an ad for paintball shoes. It's shoes specifically designed for paintball.
So
What I don't like about them is that as a paintballer you run on a flat field basically, so you don't need ankle protection. Yeah, but it's basically football. It looks like a football shoe, but it's a bit more tactile looking, and it goes up your ankle. It's probably just a football shoe rebrand. But anyways, I like the idea of shoe specifically designed for this. But then you need ankle protection, then you end up with a military boot in the end, so not sure if that makes sense.
Backpacks.
Backpacks. There's a lot of backpacks on the market.
it's very hard to make a special backpack.
Man, I think backpack is one of these products where no matter what you want, it's out there. There's so many backpack manufacturers. It's such a competitive market.
Maybe a backpack specifically made for airsoft. How would that look like? Maybe you can
Build in
Like a-
HPA storage,
like a
neck holder.
cooling space for gas.
Heating space for gas.
Not heat. Heat. Yeah. In the winter, heating, but in the summer, cooling.
For
Actually,
gas.
to keep it.
You need so much energy to heat up stuff.
Well, you have heated like pouches, and you just plug it in a power bank.
What?
Yeah, you can buy like
Mhm.
inserts for your hands, and you just plug it in a power bank, and it's just warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not make it. Hydration pouch we also make. Funny packs we also make. It's all in production already. It's just wait for it. A FAMAS.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there's no good FAMAS, I think.
FAMAS.
Do people even like the FAMAS?
It's French.
And?
I think there is one in the
French
works.
make great food. Huh?
There is a company making one new.
I mean, Cybergun is distributing one. I don't know who makes it, but Cybergun is distributing one. And Marui makes one for sure, because that's the first. How did Marui pick the FAMAS for the first HE? Huh?
Is it a V1 gearbox?
Yeah, but they didn't first have the V1 gearbox and then did the FAMAS around it.
I know, I'm just saying, it's the V1 gearbox, which is like funny. Maybe. Man, there's so many comments.
There's so
Birk,
many
you have to
comments.
help us.
Yes, please help us speak.
Aerial support.
That's not helping. Aerial support.
Yeah, no.
We cannot.
Spas?
Spas
what do you call
12, that's a
Spas 12?
shotgun.
Yeah, I know. Spas 12, yeah, shotgun.
A lot of shotguns.
Actually, I mean, I see so
Maybe
many shotguns.
shotguns?
Maybe making a good shotgun would actually be something interesting. Maybe.
We would have to look what's missing on shotguns right now. Because the Marui based gas shotguns, I think that.
But
decent.
I don't think it necessarily should be gas.
What else?
Like
Springer?
spring, yeah. Just like a sniper rifle, but with
Yeah, but you have to gather the power to shoot. Let's say you want to shoot at least 10 BBs.
but you will shoot
Each-
lightweight BBs. You will shoot .12s.
Yeah, but you want to shoot 10, let's say 10 BBs at least 1 joule each, which results in 10 joules. You know, you have to rack this fast. I don't know.
Like a crossbow.
I'm not sure if that's possible.
First aid kit.
We make a first aid kit. It's already in development.
Again, shotguns, AR-15.
I read 2 times already silencer for the SSP1.
Mm-hmm.
Please explain. Who is it? Valentin. How do you imagine this on a gas blowing pistol? I can't follow.
I mean, just like this thing. Just silencer, not amplifier.
I mean, we make silencer. It also makes it more silent, but isn't this the idea of a gas
Gas
blowing pistol that's loud? At least in my book. If you want a quiet pistol, get an AP or an SSX 23.
Sticky grenades.
Sticky grenades. Just imagine. So it's just like, ah!
Get it off, get it
Yeah,
off!
get it
Okay, hit.
I would
It's-
think more like the magnetic ones you have
In the video games.
minigun. Yeah.
But that's, again, I think similar to the C4 actually. I like the... I know it's not gonna be useful in the game, but I like the idea of a C4. Like you have this exact device that you know from I mean, just how it
Yes.
looks. And you just
Like,
click. Yeah.
like,
I would love that.
But what would it do?
Like shoot peeps in all directions, I guess.
yeah.
Kind of like the Toxna grenade.
So it
or the one
looks
moving.
like a Swiss cheese and it just barrels
exactly.
all in a
Yeah.
Maybe just like the mine.
Yeah, actually, the jumping landmine is. I mean, these gadgets are always useless. I'm gonna call it. They look cool in the videos, but I had to place it so many times to get 1 kill with it. So, I'm not sure.
Tactical bug spray.
Bug spray. We actually want to put bug spray into the shop because we had so many ticks lately. We feel like it should be basic equipment of everyone.
Man, do you see my hand still? Like
Yeah, I
all
see
the that's still from the island.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually went.
Did you put bug spray?
Yeah, we had some bug spray, but during the night it just eats you alive. And sometimes when I scratch it, I actually go like into the flesh because it's just I need to scratch it all the time. It's terrible. It's been for the whole week. Like now it's the second week after Island, and it's still itchy. Still,
That sucks.
hate it. Yeah.
Thermal scope,
Mm.
too expensive. There's many companies who try to achieve this in an affordable way, and I think no one has been able to do it. It's just expensive.
There's a lot of people wanting rocket launchers like RPGs and 84s.
M203 speed loader to load the grenade. What? You can buy a master mic. That's very easy to fill with one speed loader.
I've seen some comments about stuff for bigger guys, like a ghillie suit for a bigger guy, plate carrier for a bigger guy. Seems like it's not big enough what we have, so maybe
I did
going
read this
a
on
little-
the ghillie, yeah, that if you're like a big tall guy, the ghillie gets a bit
bit tight.
Bit
than it
tight,
should
yeah.
be. Maybe one size up, one level up.
Yeah, we will. We are now starting it on the boonies. Like boonies will be available in 2 sizes soon. On the ghillie, let's see. Maybe we should make a second version as well. A bigger one. Double barrel sniper. Come on, we need useful stuff.
Benelli shotgun. The M4.
Yeah,
That would be cool. Benelli.
yeah,
It's like the AR-15 of shotguns, right?
yeah.
M4.
Mm. Canada needs fantasy styled guns. I do actually like the idea of making stuff that's not replicating a real gun. Replica. Real replica. How should I say this? You guys know what I mean. You know, stuff like the SSP-18 is still very close to a Glock. Yeah, I gotta say that. But the SX-303 doesn't resemble anything, but it still works perfectly fine. So I think going away from making it look like the real thing is cool. It gives you much more options when it comes to design choices. Yeah.
People been asking for this, which is a fully automatic shotgun. It's the USAS 12.
It's ugly, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's very ugly.
That's why I have the Saiga.
Saiga. What do you
Yeah,
guys think about the Saiga? Saiga 12.
What do I think about it? Looks cool. I mean, it's an AK. It just shoots shotgun shells. No, it literally looks like an AK for an untrained eye.
Star
Kinda-
Wars blasters.
Okay, but I think we have some ideas already. The live stream is already going since 58 minutes. So, yeah, thanks for joining us on this brainstorm session. We are gonna sit down after this, go through every single comment. So if we didn't answer your comment, don't worry. We consider every single idea that's there. Together with the entire development team, we're gonna brainstorm, we're gonna see what we're gonna make. And I can promise you right now that one of these ideas in the comments, we're gonna make it, 100%. Yeah. Even more.
We've seen some cool stuff.
Yeah.
It just needs a little bit of, thinking about and processing and how can we do it and all that. But I've seen some cool stuff.
We're gonna be on it. Good. Thanks for joining. Thanks for all the ideas. If you still have ideas, feel free to comment them below. I think you can still comment even